As you can see, I'm in the process of moving. Moved out dresses and TV stands and all kind of stuff. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. This is Lulu Hen 72. And on this channel, I talk about a lot of different things. Still early. I'm laying in my bed. I'm going to have to eventually break all this down. This is the Queen of Sheba bed. And I'm breaking it all down. But my dresser, all my different stuff is gone. But anyway, you know, I'm here in Texas. And I was, yesterday was really, really rough. Worked for this huge system here in Texas. And they decided yesterday to just have a little meeting the last day. The last day they gonna have a meeting, and it was a powerhouse. Said a lot of stuff, done a lot of stuff. And a lot of people were very devastated. Very, very devastated. And it's really sad how people, these jobs are showing you they're not loyal to you. They're showing you over and over and over. Over and 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 over. They're showing you how they're not loyal to you. I'm not saying, especially if you got a lot of time with a job, you've been on a job 10 years, 20 years or whatever. But that's why Warren Buffett always talked about streams. He's been talking about this for decades upon decades, having multiple streams, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, and comment. The thing is, what does the multiple streams do? The multiple streams do one of the biggest things it does for you, that when you go to these companies and you've been loyal to them, you didn't gave them 10, 15, 20 years. When they do pull the rug from up under you, you don't fall completely apart. Yeah, your feelings be hurt because you be feeling you've been that employee and how can they do this to me? And this, I'm in the bed. Yes, I am. And I sound like Craig. But I'm not a Craig. That's definitely ain't no damn Craig. But anyway, but this is this early morning. I'm still on my previous work schedule. It's 5 a.m. So I'm just up. This was on my mind because I thought about the way they did. I have other plans of things I'm doing and I'm moving forward in life. But the way they did my coworkers yesterday, man, that was rough. The way they pulled that rug and sliced and diced and took this away and did this, man, that was rough. But it just show you how you be. I'm already working on a master plan, baby. I keep me several things that, and over the years, I've always had people say, oh, I do a lot. Oh, you do this, you do this, you do this. The thing about me, when I close my eyes that one last time, I don't never want to be before God. You got to go through your judgment and all that. But I don't never want to be said, daughter, I gave you all these talents and all these gifts and you wasted them. People I know I do all kind of stuff. I got a child. I do a lot of different things. But it's just, I think about different things and things that come to me and I be like, oh, okay, well, let me see how they work. Let me see how this works. And so therefore I know how to do a lot of different things. And I've done a lot of different things for money legally. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. The way you go hard for these jobs, y'all gonna start investing in yourself. Yeah, sometimes you can't just up and afford. Well, I can't afford to quit my job to go work on my dreams. Well, let that job fuel. I'm laying my bedroom. I done moved a lot of my furniture out, and I'm in the process of moving, so we just chilling right now. But let that job fund your dreams. When you got to be realistic, you still got to pay your bills. You still got to survive. So sometimes you can't afford just to up and do something different in life, and that's okay. But don't lose you in the process of going and clocking in. Don't lose you. Don't lose your visions. Don't lose your dreams. You know what you need for you and the things that you want to do. If you believe that you can do them, put you a plan together in order to start achieving that. Get you some extra skills, learn some extra skills, start you a small business of something that you've wanted to do for so long. Start on a small scale. You ain't got to start on a huge, gigantic scale. Start where you at. Start where you are at. Stay in your own lane. If you stay in your own lane, it won't be no traffic, and you ain't got to worry about getting caught up in this, getting caught up in getting things you can't afford. Afford what you can afford. You know your budget, but don't let that stop you from your dream. Don't let that stop you. You know me. I do insurance, a notary, candle maker. I'm gonna be starting to do my little garden. Early fall, and but I ain't never scared to really tap into all the talents that God gave me, because this all I can say is all you can do is try. If it don't work, at least you know, okay, well, I did try. It didn't work. Go on and go to something else. Because like anything else, it's like you taking paint and you throwing paint against the wall. You steady throwing paint against the wall. First it's gonna slide down. Second it's gonna slide down. Third it's gonna slide down. About that seventh, eighth time, that paint gonna start sticking because you keep throwing it, throwing it, throwing it. Eventually, you keep trying, something eventually gonna stick, and you give it the time in the process that it takes. Eventually, it's going to stick. You go hard for these jobs, and these jobs are not loyal to y'all. They showing you now that they don't really give a damn. Yesterday, the way they did my coworkers, baby, when I tell you it was a cold piece, I already know I'm going on, so that's why it irritated me and it bothered me even in my sleep, because I could see the devastation. But I know I've been working on a master plan. I'm working on a master. I just hadn't been able to do everything I needed to do with it. I've done it before in previous time in previous years. I was in insurance. I sold life insurance. Then I went into Medicare. Company restructured, turned upside down, this, that, and this and that. So I had to pull my CDLs back out, start slanging the big yellow. Hey, do what you got to do. It was $25 an hour. Bill still was coming. I still had to do what I had to do. I did not anticipate to be there as long as I've been. I didn't anticipate that, but it ended up being what it had to be at that time. But now I'm going to be doing some other things. And that being said, get your life insurance license. I can I have a link for $150 off. All you have to do is pay $50. But it's something that you can grow passively and slow on the side. You can you can build it all the way around a full-time position. All it takes is like one policy a week. And for you're going to have to talk to people. You can't be scared. You got to do what you got to do. But you look up, you don't know what God will do with this. All it takes is one store doing one policy. Just try to get you one policy a week. If not one week, every other week, just try to get you a policy. And you're going to look up, you're going to mess around and have a whole book of business. You're going to have a whole book of business, be able to take care of yourself one day. And you ain't got to tap dance to these companies and going. And when they want to pull it, and even if you go and stay, you can stay there. But if they pull the rug, you're not going to fall apart because you already got something going on in the background. And so you're like, okay, let me see how I'm going to put this together. Let me see how I'm going to give it all my time. Let me see how I'm going to do my modules. Let me see how I'm going to do the carriers test and the requirements that they have to make sure that I am skilled in what I'm doing in insurance and I know how to sell the product to the client. I know that when they ask me a question about the product, I know what I'm talking about. You can build all that in the background. In a passive build, you can build that. Don't take a lot. It really don't. Whatever it is you want to do, you're doing t-shirts, you're doing paints, whatever, you build that little thing in the background. Take some of your power back. So when you go to these companies and you didn't gave them all your time and then they just want to up and slice your throat and do what they want to do, as if you don't have a family to take care of, as if you don't have to take care of yourself. You don't have car note, you don't have mortgage, you don't have rent, you don't have college education, as if you don't have, you got to pay your light bill, you got to keep your phone on, you got to buy groceries, you got to put gas in your car. As if you don't have none of those things. They just pull the rug from up under you. So that they showing people how they gonna be. Time, baby, this ooh, it got, and people like to say the administration, baby, they been doing stuff. The company, I didn't vote for the current administration, but at the same time, these companies they've been doing it little by little. That's why they outsource so much, and they've been doing it way before this administration came. People got to get them back. You got to get you some plans. You got to get you a plan to start building you some streams. Warren Buffett said it best. You need some streams of income because these people not playing. One stream is insurance. Like I said, I got $150 link off. The course is $200. You pay $50. True enough, I help you. I've taken the life license, the life exam, and then life accident and health. I can give you some cheap notes and stuff. Just tell you what I've done. I've been twice and passed on the first time, both times. One was for my life only license, and then the other one was life accident and health and HMO. I could just kind of give you some tips and some pointers, but hey, we'll walk with you and help you. Because you need to do something. Because these jobs not loyal and they showing you left and right. They don't give a dang. I saw it yesterday with this huge company, agency, whatever you want to call them, without calling it out, here in Texas that I worked for. And the way they did those people yesterday, baby, like shit, the people didn't have no responsibilities, no nothing. Like they going in the backyard and they pulling $20 off their trees or something like that, or $100 bills or something, because the way they did them, they gave none. How many was given? None. That's what they showed them people yesterday. Put yourself in a better position. This is Lulu with I'm Lulu, Queen of Hustles. This is Lulu Hen 72. I ask that you like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you ever thought about getting your life insurance license, don't be afraid. Take time, bet on you. Like I said, course is $200. I got $150 off. A link, $50 to possibly change your life, $50 to possibly take your life back. What is that? That's nothing. So anyway, that's my time. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.